Brand new day, yan ang sabi ni Donald Trump, while Joe Biden says, have faith in a better day to come. Hope you're starting the week right. I'm Denise Tan.
Biden or Trump? I'm Lord Rivera. Let's MAGA. Make our afternoons great again. With the day stories and insights, and this is Afternoon Delight.
Okay, Monday, January 20, 2025. The light of the day natin ngayon ay cheeseburger and fries dahil paborito daw ito ni Donald Trump, who will be inaugurated as President of the United States in about 11 hours or noon, kumbaga halos, dun sa Washington.
Grabe, no? Making history. Itong si Donald Trump. Well, sa totoo lang, siya'y pangalawa na magsiswear in na non-consecutive since Grover Cleveland. Pero first din, ito may binago sila sa sa inauguration.
Yes, oo.
Imbis sa labas, sa loob.
Correct. Oo.
Dahil maniniwala ka ba ron?
Malamig daw.
Sobrang lamig ng temperatura at matataas, mabibilis yung mga hangin. Malalakas yung mga hangin. O baka di kaya nakarinig sila ng
Mamaya, pag-usapan natin yan.
Baka may Pennsylvania part 2 na naman.
Although it's not the first time that it would happen naman, na...
Assassination attempt?
Hindi, nasa loob yung inauguration ng isang presidente of the US. Pero madalas ginagawa nga yan. Or yung ginawa din siya last time, I believe it was 1985.
Panahon ni Reagan?
Panahon ni Reagan. Dahil nga malamig din daw ang temperatura.
Tutuusin mo rin, unang pagkakataon din since Reagan na ginanap sa Capitol Building mismo, sa loob, At ang Capitol Building is magiging pamilyar yan sa mga fans ni Donald Trump.
Nako.
Lalong-lalo na yung mga dumalaw.
Sino kaya yung mga...
January 6.
Yes, sino kaya yung mga dumalaw noon, Okay.
Eksakto, Martin Luther King Day. It falls on a Monday, sa kanila. Si Martin Luther King, the great civil rights leader, actually January 15 yung birthday niya. Pero laging uurang, basta yung Monday na tumatapat doon. Doon ginaganap. So nagkataon yung Lunes sa ito is Martin Luther King Day.
Yes.
Kung naisin niyo mag-read between the lines. Alam mo yung joke nila, sabi raw, ano raw gagawin ni Trump kung makita niya raw si Martin Luther King daw? Nandun sa tabi niya, sabi niya, it's Dr. Ben Carson.
Ganun pa. Okay. Dahil si Trump ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon actually, madami din tayong stories on social media na involved itong si President-elect Donald Trump. Again, we have several stories on social media, and first up is the one on Reuters. The headline reads, TikTok is restoring service thanks Trump.
Galing ni Trump, no?
Nung Saturday kasi, I believe it was Saturday evening, nung biglang ang dami ng users in the US na biglang, teka lang, nagulantang nawala na. Hindi na nila ma-access yung TikTok.
Nagulat sila?
Well, di naman nagulat, pero madami pa rin yung parang napaano sila, parang this is actually happening. Kasi may mga nakita ako actually mga former volleyball players na naglalaro dito sa Pilipinas, nag-post pa sila na parang, oh my goodness, wala nang TikTok.
Yung kaibigan ko rin, na isang comedian siya, nagulat siya na akala niya hindi affected yung kanyang account. Pero yun pala dahil sa Amerika siya nagbukas ng TikTok account, affected pala doon. So kahit nandito siya based since many years after, nag-shutdown din pala yung kanya. Ngayon, nanghihinayang siya kasi parang marami yata siyang videos doon na monetize.
Oo.
So naghahanap siya ng mga maaring sumalba ng kanyang account. Pero, alam natin, under the law kasi ngayon, yung ByteDance, yung parent company ng TikTok, ay they're urged actually to sell yung kanilang Ngayon, si Trump ay nakaisip daw ng isang paraan na baka mag-buy-in ang US government. Pero alam na natin na may mga nakakaamoy-amoy na eh. Pansin mo ba, Tita D?
Gusto niya nga, di ba, 50% daw?
Nakakaamoy na. Sino ang mga malalapit na negosyante kay Trump? At hindi tayo magugulat kung ibigay na lang yan kay you-know-who.
You-know-who.
Oo. Yung tawag ni Steve Bannon, evil ano raw talaga. Nagtawagan yung dalawang evil ng evil. Nakakatawa. Pero since, okay, malakas ang ugong-ugong na may posibilidad, no? Na ibenta kay Elon Musk. Hindi naman alien si Elon Musk. Ganyan kasi siya yung nakabili ng X, ng Twitter. Na ginawa niyang X. Pero nasasanay na ako ngayon si X, pansin mo. Parang
ako
weird
naman,
parang weird na tawagin na siyang Twitter.
Actually, sanay na rin ako sa X, but when I call the actual post, minsan nandun pa din ako sa tweet. Yun pa din yung nasasabi ko.
Ano nga ba kung X yung platform, ano ang tawag mo sa
I guess
tweet?
it's just a post. A post on X.
Nag-X ako, ganun. Parang
Hindi yata dapat ganun. Oo. Nagbasa ako sa X, ganyan.
ng post, generic. Yan ang mahirap kasi ginigiit sa atin yung XX na yan eh. Oo. Baka ma-X din si Trump. Alam mo, okay. So, si Trump daw, nung una, ayaw niya rin dito sa TikTok. Parang gaya ng maraming mga matatandang lawmakers sa Amerika. Ang kanilang simple ay, China, not good. Oo. So, well, nagdududa ka mismo. Sa China, walang TikTok.
Pero yung very contradicting nga itong ginagawa ni Trump. Kasi 'di ba recently, after niya manalo sa eleksyon, parang sinasabi niya na parang there's a parang warm spot in his heart for TikTok dahil yun nga yung isa nakatulong daw, nag-boost daw sa kanya with his campaign. Pero back in 2020, yung sinasabi niya, yung claims niya is that ito daw TikTok ay nag-share ng personal information ng mga Americans sa Chinese government. Yun.
Bando rin ito sa India. Pero, nagkaroon ng change of heart si Trump, tama ka? Dahil, exact words, it helped me win. So sa kanya, dapat gawin nila lahat ng bagay na pabor sa kanya.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
MAGA, Make America Great Again. So, ito nga partner, no? May mga halos 200 plus daw, mga na nakatakdang pirmahan itong si Trump sa first day pa lamang
yes.
ng kanyang pamumuno, starting tomorrow.
Meron siya mga ganun, na parang may mga words siyang ginamit kanina. Pero balikan natin yan. Ito muna, on the Associated Press, this is our next story. It's Inauguration Day in America in about 11 hours. Or like we mentioned, 12 noon, Donald Trump will be sworn in as USA's 47th president. So bakit 12 noon? Kasi po Manila is 13 hours ahead of Washington. Now, Trump used one last rally on the eve of his inauguration on Sunday to celebrate his election victory again. Take a listen.
I'm thrilled to be back with so many friends, supporters, and true American patriots on the eve of taking back our country. That's what we're going to do, take back our country. Tomorrow at noon, the curtain closes on 4 long years of American decline, and we begin a brand new day of American strength and prosperity, dignity and pride. Bringing it all back. Once and for all, we're going to end the reign of a failed and corrupt political establishment in Washington, a failed administration. We're not going to take it anymore. Our incoming administration has achieved all of this in the Middle East in less than 3 months without being president. We've achieved more without being president than they've achieved in 4 years with being president. Things you're going to see something tomorrow. You're going to see executive orders that are going to make you extremely happy. Lots of them. Lots of them. We have to set our country on the proper course. By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home.
Tingnan natin kung makapanindigan niya yan, ha?
Oo.
Ngayon, okay. So, mapapalusot pa since ito yung last day niya as citizen Trump, kumbaga. Bukas, kung ganyan pa rin. Ngayon, maraming observers ang nag-aabang sa magiging tone ng speech niya tomorrow. Ito, medyo informal to sa supporters. Kasi bakit? First time siya na-elect in 2017. Ang tone niya, very negative, no? Ang painting niya parang dystopian America, na parang this American carnage, etc., etc. He was painting a very, very bleak atmosphere, no? Kung ano nangyari. Ngayon, sa pangalawang pagkakataon, wala na siguro excuse para gamitin pa yung ganong tone, no? Kasi tapos ka na sa ganon, at magsimula ka naman siguro sa isang positive na, kumbaga, timbre.
Ay, tignan natin kung ano mga sasabihin niya, no? Kasi nga, dun sa last rally, ang sinabi niya, yung day one executive actions daw niya is to end what he calls 4 long years of American decline. Actually, meron pa siyang sinabi. Sabi niya, we're going to give them the best first day, the biggest first week, and the most extraordinary first 100 days of any presidency in American history. Ang bigat. Ang bigat,
di
ba?
Superlatives lagi siya. Ngayon, ang village people kaya magpa-perform din doon sa kanina. Oo, abangan natin yan. Whether Trump number 47 ay talagang babaguhin, hindi lang ang Amerika, pero yung geopolitical na estado ng mundo, tingnan natin. Kasi kung tutuloy mo yung pagbili sa Greenland, babawiin yung Panama Canal mula sa Panamanians, ano pa ba? Itutuloy ba yung 25% across the board tariff ng Canada? Hindi niya alam ang apektuhan ng mga tao. Hindi lang Canadian citizens, pati American citizens din. Ano ang akala niya wala epekto sa mga presyo ng bilihin yung
Oo, correct. Kasi kailangan din mag-adjust ng mga magpapasok naman nun sa US, ng mga products nila.
Tingnan natin yung nasa 11 million plus daw yung mga undocumented illegal aliens. Actually, may bagong kahit ikaw ay registered, kahit ikaw documented, pero kung may record ka, delikado ka pa rin. Ganon.
Okay, abangan natin.
Kung may record ka,
mga
delikado ka
susunod na
pa rin.
mangyayari.
Pero sa 11 million, isipan mo, Tita D. Paano mo halaghugin ang 11 plus million?
Mahirap yan,
Parang isang buong syudad yan.
Correct.
Ang ang Quezon City, Metro Manila, ay nasa 10 million yata. So para ka naghahanap isang buong syudad.
Hindi, I mean, madali kasing sabihin at magbitaw ng kung ano-anong ideology and yung mga actions na gagawin mo. Pero it's really the execution. How will you implement all of these things sa realidad of what's happening? Okay? We heard from the incoming president. Ito naman, outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden spent his last full day as chief executive in South Carolina and told Americans to, quote, keep the faith. Watch this.
May their family realize now the legacy they have in having a Joe and a Jill still with them.
History remind us forever, President Biden, that you were a great United States president.
We know the struggle for redeeming the soul of this nation is difficult and ongoing. The distance is short between peril and possibility. But faith teaches us the America of our dreams is always closer than we think. That's the faith we must hold on to for the Saturdays to come. We must hold on to hope. We must stay engaged. We must always keep the faith in a better day to come. I'm not going anywhere. My fellow Americans, I don't think the good Lord brought us this far to leave us behind. As we celebrate Dr. King's legacy and generations before and since, women and men enslaved and free, we have to remember one of his favorite hymns. Precious Lord, take my hand through the storm, through the night, and lead me into the light. Oh, God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. I owe you big. As they say where I come from, you the guys that brought me to the dance. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Alam mo, Tita Denise, kung mga ganyan na edad mo, medyo mahirap pagsabi ng, Lord, please take my hand and lead me to the light. Diba?
Tama
Medyo
naman.
Mahirap.
Oo.
Yung ubo niya kanina, medyo kinabahan ako doon eh.
Medyo nagulat. Umalog yung table eh.
Oo. Ngayon, kung ikaw si Trump, alam mo, seryoso to si Trump at marami niyang mga, yung talagang the MAGA faithful talaga, naniniwala that God spared his life, no? Donald Trump's life. From that bullet, isipin mo, ilang ano lang yun.
Dumaplis eh.
Oo eh.
Diba?
Kung medyo ng konti, parang inisip nila, alam mo yung term na pag tinulak ka ng demonyo, gano'n, di ba? Baka matulak ka ng
Matuluyan,
demonyo.
oo.
Ngayon ito, ang paniniwala nila is God saved Trump's life, spared his life for a reason. At yung reason na yun is to lead the United States into another phase. Tingnan natin kung saan niya pupunta. Pero bakit nga ba burger ang favorite ni Trump at fries? Fast food in general.
Bakit nga ba?
Si Trump yung classic example na, okay, sa mga kids hindi ko, sa mga nanay, huwag niyo papagalitan. At sa nanay ko, huwag mo ako multuin, nutritionist yung nanay ko eh. Every time, sasabihan kayo ng nanay niyo na, huwag ka nga puro fast food. Masama yan sa kalusugan. Baka, walang mangyayari siya sa katawan mo, sa pag-iisip mo. Ang sagot niyo lagi, bakit si Donald Trump? Sama ako, no? Si Donald, well, kasi more than anything else, no? Si Trump, gaya ng maraming mga paranoid sa germs. Naniniwala sila na yung mga ganito kasi prepared ng mga fast food ay super duper free of mga germs, mga ganyan.
Kasi frozen, ganon.
At contained environment kasi siya. Oo, unlike yung kunyari mga mom and pop style na mga burgeran, hindi mo alam kung walang mga quality control yung mga ganon eh. Ito, seryoso. Iiwan nyo to sa ilalim kunyari ng lababo ninyo. Kahit mainit, balikan mo ng after 3 months. Wala pa ring amag yan.
Sa dami po ng kemikal.
Oo, pag kinain ng daga yan, abangan mo yung daga. Magkaka-cancer yung daga pagkatapos.
Yung daga ang babantayan mo, hindi yung
Yes.
pagkain.
Di ba yung super size this ba?
Yes.
Tama ba? Super
Size Me. Super Size Me.
O yun yung experiment
Documentary, yeah.
Totoo yan. May dahilan niya kung bakit. Pero, my God, I love you. Para pa rin eh. Sabi ko, hindi ako kakain yan. Pero yun ang ending.
Parang 3 kagat na lang yan, ha? Okay
Nahiya
lang.
pa eh.
Meron pa tayong pag-uusapan.
Tumbayan mamaya.
Parang nakatingin ka na dun sa burger ko, ha?
Nakakaya naman.
Ikaw may burger ko. Nakatago ang
Tinatago na lang
kagat.
po yan.
Nakatago yung kagat.
Sabi niya kasi, ayoko ng Burger McDo eh. Kasi
Hoy, wala akong sinabi.
Parang burger sa kali lang.
Grabe siya. Ay, nako.
Okay, back home naman.
Okay, ito, storya naman here. On the Philippine Star, President Marcos vows to veto Senate Bill number 1979 or the Prevention of Adolescent Pregnancy Act of 2023. Now, okay, so with the interview earlier with the PBBM says he will veto sex education bill if it was passed on its current form. Inilarawan ni PBBM bilang abhorrent and ridiculous ang SB 1979. Tatay at lolo raw siya, kaya hindi pwedeng ipinapasok ang pagiging woke sa ating sistema. Importante ang sex education para alam ng mga bata ang consequence ng teenage pregnancy, pero they, especially the really young ones, should not be taught to master.
Hoy!
Yan ang gamit na sinabi, ay yung salita na ginamit. Senator Risa Ontiveros already said that provision to teach masturbation to kids is nowhere in her bill.
Correct. Pati abortion eh. Yung mga proponents kasi, yung mga anti, sinasabi, may lead to abortion. Wala rin sinasabing abortion doon. Ngayon, eto talaga yung nakakatawa talaga sa bansa natin. Hello pala, Tito Mike Policarpio ng
Hello.
Population Commission. Magsalita ka dito. Oo, yung mga taga-Popcom, mga kaibigan natin.
Hello?
Every time itong issue talaga, at pagdating, halimbawa, sa sex education, alam mo, mas mabuti pa sabihin mo minsan na parang Satan rules. Ipalagay mo yan ipa-carve mo, ilagay mo sa batas rather than sex education, mas ma-freak out ng mga magulang at ibang mga conservative sectors dyan rather than anything else. No? Alala mo noon, yung panahon ni Pinoy, yung RH bill, yung simbahan, makikipag-away talaga eh. Handa nang ipatapon sa impyerno yung yung mga pumapabor dito.
Ang napanood ko yung video ang sabi kasi ni PBBM, nung panahon niya ata, parang yung sex education is more of anatomy. Walang mga extra pa na itinuturo na ganyan.
Extra tinuturo.
Hindi ko alam, pero ang sabi niya, yung
Maliban sa
anatomy daw.
this is the human body. Ba?
Oo.
Ano
Mga
kayang
body
extra na
parts,
yun?
mga ganyan. Kayo ba noon meron?
Sa all-boys school,
Oo.
talagang pupunta tayo doon.
Hindi,
Okay.
kasi kami noon, meron kaming health class. Co-ed naman ako. A co-ed Catholic school.
O hanggang saan ang turo sa inyo?
Ang naalala ko noon is, obviously, bata pa lang naman, tinuturo na yung mga certain body parts. Pero ang naalala kong talagang advice noon is, be celibate. Yun na lang. Parang,
Celibate talaga?
Oo, celibate
ano
talaga.
Ano kayo, mga pari at madre?
Hindi, parang yun yung sinasabi nila na, for unwanted or unplanned, yun talaga yung dapat i-practice. Kasi nga, syempre Catholic school din kami. So, ang idea behind those teachings is, kailangan, kasal ka muna. Pero may sort of explanation na, if I'm not mistaken, parang, I heard lang before na tinuturo din yung what's the next best thing, which is yung protection. Pero iba yung mga salitang ginamit dito. Again, coming from President Bongbong Marcos na
Kids should not be taught how to
yes,
play
to self-pleasure.
To
Oo.
self-pleasure. Kailangan pa ba ituro yun?
Ayun. Mga exploration daw, dapat hindi na yun itinuturo. Although, hindi ko rin alam kasi hindi ko alam, I've yet to hear a health class or a sex ed class na may ganon, especially to kids.
Ang weird, no? Na 2024 na, may ganun pa ring discomfort sa ganitong mga usapin, ano? Naalala ko, meron kaming theology teacher noon, napupunta sa sexualidad, yung usapan. Meron nung isang kaklase na sincere yung question talaga niya. We're talking about yung marami kasing theology sa Dominican na institusyon, ano? Sabihin natin na ganyan. High school ko, produkto ko ng mga Dominicano. Sa mga fathers dyan, sorry na lang kung ano nakikita ninyo, no? Anyway, tinanong ng kaklase ko yung teacher namin kung ano ang ethical stand on let's say oral sex. Alam mo, sinagot ba naman siya ng ano kayo mga baboy, ganun? Parang wow. Bakit may ganung imbis na tratuhin mo na parang adult din yung kausap mo na hindi siya yung batang nang shock lang at sincere naman talaga yung pagtatanong niya.
So walang napuntahan yung usapan na yon, yung encounter.
Binaboy na ng teacher ko yung alam mo yung ganun, parang is coming from a sincere place at really trying to get a sincere answer naman from an ethical standpoint. Standpoint ng Catholic morality, theology, etc. Pag nagiging ganun na yung usapan, wala na eh. No,
nauunahan na kasi.
I think yung adolescents and teenagers are much more intelligent and much more responsible than we perceive them to be. Pero nalaman kong ikaw
Sino ba?
Huwag na nga lang natin tuloy.
Pag-usapan niya. Ito na pag-uusapan natin, mundo ng entertainment. Expect exciting action scenes in the new series Incognito, which has already reached #1 on Netflix. More from News 5 correspondent MJ Marfori.
Buwis buhay! At makapigil hiningang bakbakan.
Sa bayan.
Yan ang ibinida ng buong cast ng action series na Incognito. Sa sit-down interview natin sa kanila na hinanda ng Netflix. May bonggang set backdrop pa yan. Kwento nila, sumailalim sila sa 4-month military-style training para ma-achieve ang malulupit na eksena. Ang bida na si Richard Gutierrez na isang diving expert in real life na gamit yan sa eksena.
That was actually very challenging. Talagang muntikan ako malunod dun sa
Totoo ba?
It was a scene that I'm supposed to be unconscious underwater. And we decided to film it in the ocean, in the open ocean. challenging conditions.
Grabe.
So I had to start from the bottom of the ocean and then going up. And then sa gitna ng eksena kasi magiging conscious ako bigla.
Lupit ah! Comeback naman ito ng heartthrob ni si Daniel Padilla sa telebisyon at breakaway niya sa Love Team. In his action era na nga ngayon, si DJ.
What makes Incognito that project?
Kahit naman nung una, itong hindi pa rin ako decided na, alam mo yun,
Totoo?
100% na. Ito na ba yung gagawin ko? After nung first taping day namin, yung action namin sa train, nawagan ko Tito yan, sabi ko, ito yung nahanap ko. Bumalik yung drive ko, sabi ko, sa pag-arte, di ba?
Matapos naman ang kanilang pinagdaan ang issue Asmathon, kapansin-pansin na hindi pinagtabi like the usual sina Maris Racal at Anthony Jennings na nakaupo sa magkabilaang dulo. Sinisimulan na raw na mag-shine sila under their own spotlight.
Parang pasaway yung character mo dito.
Palagi naman.
Palagi.
Kung si Anthony may pagkakuloko yung karakter, don't confuse pretty for weak naman ang tagline ng role ni Maris. As a strong female character siya.
Medyo na-flatter ako. Sino yung naglagay nun?
Oo, maganda, maganda.
I feel like she's a very strong female character kasi she's very feisty. She's very palaban talaga. And she's a girl that talks back.
Ganon din si Kyla Estrada na gaganap na hacker sa kanilang grupo. Kasama rin si Baron Geisler na sniper naman ang role. At si Ian Veneracion na siyang intelligence expert ng grupo at nag-assemble sa team ng Incognito. Showing ng Incognito sa Netflix. Mapapanood naman ang Incognito simula mamayang gabi sa TV5.
Ganda yung location, ha? Pangan natin yan. Okay, binabati natin ang lahat ng nanonood ng Afternoon Delight via live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Alam mo, Tita Denise, may kailangan tayong batiin.
Sino?
Oo. Kailangan nating batiin ang better half ni Marion Ladja, no?
Ay, sino?
Birthday niya ngayon.
Anong pangalan?
Oo. Ito, tinitingnan natin ulit, ha?
Happy birthday!
Nalulungkot daw kasi,
Oh.
nalulungkot siya,
Saan?
yung misis niya, no? Si Lulot.
Bakit?
Hello, Lulot.
Hello!
Kasi
Happy birthday!
mag-inauguration na raw si,
Ay,
si Trump.
ganon.
Lulot, okay lang yan. Ibibili ka naman ng mamahaling alahas ni Marion.
On the spot mo pa.
Oo. Tsaka yung bagong sasakyan daw, balita
Ay.
ako eh. Oo, parang
Tsaka kung gusto mo daw magpa-renovate ng bahay, pwede rin.
pwede. Tesla Cybertruck daw.
Naku, baka mamaya hindi na
Ang hindi
mag-comment.
ibibili
to.
sa'yo.
Ah.
Oo. Oy, Lulot, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Make
Ano? Sige, isip.
Hindi ko pala pwede sabihin yung word na yun. Basta, Lulot, happy birthday. At okay lang yan. 4 years lang naman, huwag kang mag-alala. Mabilis lang yan before you know it. Tapos yan.
Oo nga.
Tapos ang bayaran ni Marion yung kukunin niyang mamahaling relo para sa'yo.
Kanina alahas, tapos may relos pa.
Siyempre, ang lungkot naman ng relo lang, di ba?
Sa bagay, yung kaliwa may relos, yung kanan, wala man lang bracelet niya.
Lalaki lang yung mag-iiwan ng relo na walang... pag babae, maganda may rin dyan, kartil dito, di ba?
Or sa kanan naman, para meron, di ba?
Tama. Sa kanan para meron. Ano pa ba?
Hikaw, pwede. Pero
Pwede
kung bumili ka
rin.
ng hikaw, iset mo na, lagyan mo na ng...
Exactong. Kasi uuwi sila ngayon.
Okay.
Uuwi sila galing LA, no?
Sabi, bakit ba ako nag-comment today? Parang mali ata.
Lulot, joke lang yon. Kotse lang bibili sa'yo ng asawa mo.
Joke lang namin, pero pwede mong totohanin.
Magkano lang yan, Marion? Di ba? Sino pa? Sino bang nanonood
Okay,
sa
of
atin?
course, Alex Fuentes, always listening to us. Elmo Cardenas, hello. Sir Lourdes, Ma'am Denise, happy Monday. God bless po, watching from Montalban, Rizal. We have, may nag-comment sa atin si Kenny. Sabi niya, you don't have to learn everything in school. Schools, sadly as always, have limitations. May online learning naman. Yun ang sabi niya.
Mahirap na yung mga online na yan. Baka saan ka mapunta
Yun ang sasabihin ko mismo eh.
Baka mapunta ka sa online, akalain mo na lahat na nag-aayos ng mga tubo, lahat ng mga pizza delivery men, lahat ng...
Ano? Tutuloy mo ba?
Oo, baka akalain nila, but you're my stepbro. Mga ganyan-ganyang usapan.
Okay.
Mahirap,
Mahirap yung ganyan.
Hindi yun salamin ng realidad. Baka magkaroon sila ng, alam mo yun, unrealistic view of human relations in the world. Di ba?
Dapat talaga kasi may guidance pa din sa kung ano man ang itinuturo. Hindi, kumbaga may
Tama.
adult pa din or
Tama.
like a guardian, a family member. Kasi mahirap yung kung ano-anong information lang ang nakukuha natin. Di ba?
Correct.
Hindi naman natin alam kung yun ba yung tama. Okay.
At tingnan lang natin yung mga kulang sa ganyan, no? Hindi nabibiyayan ng ganyan. Tingnan lang natin yung mga teenage pregnancy. Sa Pilipinas, alam ng mga taga-ano yan, Popcom yan, hello Tito Mike Policarpio. Diba?
Ay, ito. Si Sakto, si Cesar Carinos nag-comment, sex education can help people understand how their choices affect themselves and others.
Correct.
Tama naman talaga.
Tayo lang yung squeamish sa ganyan. Alam mo, sa ibang bansa, walang problema yan. Like, hindi issue yan.
Totoo rin
Parang,
naman.
okay, very clinical ang tingin nila. Tayo, makakita lang tayo ng saging na nilalagyan ng condom as part of demonstration. Pero, napapakrus yung iba. At nagagalit pa yung iba. Bakit tinuturo sa ating mga guys sa very, very early age na ganyan, di ba? Panahon namin, National Geographic, yung mga issue ng mga indigenous tribes, yun lang isa sa mga gateway namin sa the female form, halimbawa. At Sports Illustrated,
Talagang naihabol.
swimsuit issue. O, lumabas sa Sir Patrick eh.
I'm sure madami pa magko-comment sa atin dyan. Mamaya pwede pa natin pag-usapan ulit yan.
Okay. Still ahead. Sabi ni Pangulong Marcos, former President Duterte is lying. Ano kaya ang issue? Alamin natin sa pagbabalik ng Afternoon Delight.
Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Vice President of the Philippines, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously fulfill
as President of the Philippines.
my duties as President of the Philippines. To the service of the nation. So help me God.
My God, 2001. Ang ginagawa mo ng 2001?
Pumapasok.
Sa?
High school.
Alright, magandang hapon po muli. This is Afternoon Delight on One News. Ako po si Lourdes Vera, kasama si Ms. Denise Tan.
And now we bring you the headlines on One News. President Bongbong Marcos dismisses as false former President Rodrigo Duterte's claim of blank items in the 2025 national budget. He stressed that it is impossible to pass a General Appropriations Act with unspecified items. He also urged the public to verify the claim by checking the document on the Department of Budget and Management's website. Former Quezon City Mayor Herbert Bautista has been convicted of graft. The Sandigan Bayan sentenced Bautista and his former administrator, Aldrin Cunha, to 6 to 10 years in prison over a 32 million peso online permitting system contract. Bautista and Cunha will file a motion for reconsideration. The Philippines and the United States held this year's first joint maritime exercises in the West Philippine Sea. The drill took place on January 17 and 18 and involved warships, fighter aircraft, and rescue assets. Manila hailed the exercise as a strengthening of defense cooperation and regional peace. And starting today, the maximum suggested retail price for imported rice in Metro Manila is now at 58 pesos. The Agriculture Department earlier announced the move to balance affordability for consumers and profitability for the industry. The agency will also explore other initiatives that will help further lower costs, like rice options in Kadiwa centers and the review of global prices.
In related news, the Agriculture Department is set to declare a food security emergency on Wednesday, the 22nd of January. That's in response to rising prices of rice and other food items, plus issues on supply. And News 5 correspondent Ria Fernandez has the report.
The Department of Agriculture may declare a food security emergency on January 22. DA spokesperson Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa said they expect to receive the recommendation from the National Price Coordinating Council regarding this matter by today, January 20.
In-expect na ma-review yan, Monday din hanggang Tuesday, at ang expectation by Wednesday ay meron ng action ang ating kalihim, and most likely is the declaration of food security emergency.
Under the amended rice tariffication law, the DA can declare a food security emergency on rice due to a supply shortage or an unusual price increase. The government has already implemented several measures to reduce rice prices. These include reducing the tariff on imported rice from 35% to 15% under Executive Order 62 and programs under Kadiwa.
Despite all of this, nananatiling elevated. Bagamat meron tayong nararamdamang pagbaba, but not to the level that we are expecting it to decrease.
Meanwhile, the Samahan ng Industriya ng Agrikultura has expressed support for the declaration of a food security emergency. However, SINAG said that this appears to be an admission by the government that the reduction in tariffs has not helped lower rice prices. They are now calling on the NPCC to recommend to the National Economic and Development Authority the revocation of Executive Order 62 and the reinstatement of the 35% tariff.
Para yung pondo na nawala, around 16 billion, or maibalik sa government para yung pondo na malilikot sa tariff collection, diretsong mag-benefit ang farmers.
President Bongbong Marcos has earlier voiced his support for the move. The declaration would allow the National Food Authority to release its buffer stock of 300,000 metric tons of rice to help stabilize prices. For News 5, I'm Ria Fernandez. We are One News.
Meantime, here are some stories in the lead-up to the May 12 national and local elections. The COMELEC will start printing again official ballots for the 2025 elections on Wednesday. Chairman George Garcia said all machines will be used to catch up after 6 million ballots worth 132 million pesos were wasted due to a Supreme Court ruling. The printing of over 70 million ballots was originally supposed to be finished by April 14. The High Court earlier ordered the reinstatement of 5 candidates on the ballot after COMELEC disqualified them. And COMELEC has declared several localities in Panay and Negros Islands as areas of concern ahead of the midterm elections. In Iloilo Province, at least 9 areas are under monitoring, including Calinog. The town was placed under the red category due to previous cases of election-related violence. Also listed as areas of concern are 2 areas in Capiz and 1 in Antique. In Negros Occidental, 5 areas are being monitored, including Sipalay City. Overseas, a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has brought relief to the Gaza Strip, with residents hoping for a chance to rebuild. More from News 5 correspondent Gerard de la Peña.
Palestinians in the Gaza Strip have welcomed the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. They express relief and joy over the prospect of rebuilding their lives without fear.
والله لا يوصف يعني هذا نصر لنا يعني نصر لنا للفقير للي جاع للمصاب للجريح للشعار حتى الشهيد في الجنة كمان انتصر يعني بفرحة أهالي غزة هذه يعني شعور لا يوصف.
The ceasefire, brokered by Qatar, Egypt, and the United States, took effect on Sunday after a brief delay. The 42-day first phase of the ceasefire would see the release of hostages. Hamas released 3 Israeli hostages who were flown to Tel Aviv by helicopter. They were the first of 33 hostages due to be freed by the Palestinian militant group in exchange for 90 Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails.
Super excitement. I was able to touch her for a few seconds and to hear her voice saying I love you. And I managed to tell her how much I love her and hold her hand for a few seconds and to see she's okay. And there's no words to describe what I'm feeling right now.
Displaced Gazans are starting to return to their homes. In the past 15 months, over 45,000 Palestinian people in Gaza have been killed by the Israeli onslaught, which began on October 7, 2023, after Hamas launched surprise attacks on southern Israel. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
All right, this is Afternoon Delight on One News. We just need to pause for another break. We will be right back.
January 20th, 1981. Iran releases 52 Americans taken hostage at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran after 444 days in captivity. It happened just minutes after Ronald Reagan is sworn in as president, succeeding Jimmy Carter in the White House. 1961. In Washington, John F. Kennedy becomes America's 35th president, challenging the country in his inaugural address.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
1942. During World War II, officials in Nazi Germany hold the notorious Wannsee Conference near Berlin. That's where they devise what they call the final solution, their plan to exterminate Europe's millions of Jews. 1936. Start of a turbulent year for Britain's monarchy as Britain's King George V dies. George's son becomes King Edward VIII, but he later gives up the throne to marry an American divorcee, Wallis Simpson. By the end of the year, Edward's brother becomes King George VI, father of the future Queen Elizabeth II. And in 1896...
Well, Gracie, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Comedian George Burns, straight man to wife Gracie on radio, who later played God on the big screen, is born in New York City. Today in history, January 20th. Tim McGuire, The Associated Press.
Pero halo ako dun eh. May time
is AP News Minute. The first 3 hostages released from Gaza have arrived in Israel, the military announced Sunday, hours after the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas took hold. TikTok says it's restoring service to users in the United States just hours after the popular video sharing platform went dark in response to a federal ban. President-elect Donald Trump participating in a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery on the eve of his inauguration. He'll also address a rally in downtown Washington later Sunday. President Joe Biden is spending his final full day in office in South Carolina, telling Americans we must always keep the faith in a better day to come, and reflecting on the impact of the civil rights movement in pushing him into politics.
And we're back. You're still watching Afternoon Delight. Thanks for staying with us.
All right, the 2025 Sinulog Festival in Cebu attracted massive crowds over the weekend. And for a recap of the highlights, we have One News Cebu Desk Dale. Israel Dale, kamusta ang celebration at binabati ko lahat ng mga hindi nag-imbita sa akin dyan.
Okay. With Senior Lord and Denise, the much-awaited Sinulog Grand Parade happened yesterday, and it is described to be the grandest ever Sinulog in history because of a very huge number of visitors who watched it. A record-breaking 44 dancing contingents and joined compared to 2024, which has only 21 dancing contingents. There is also wide participation from the different parts of the country, including that of Antipolo, Dumaguete City, Siargao, Davao Occidental, Dinagat Islands, Dipolog City, Zamboanga City, Kidapawan, San Jose Bulacan, Baay City, and Albay, who sent their contingents to compete. While Bacolod City's Mascara Festival joined as a guest contingent. Actually, there are 3 guest contingents, the Cebu City government and the Cebu provincial government, where Governor Gwen Garcia danced the Sinulog with the Dagitab Festival dancers of the city of Naga in Cebu. Aside from dancing, there are 61 colorful floats, 10 gigantes, and 14 puppeteers that made the Sinulog more amazing. Officials describe it as the grandest ever Sinulog because of a whopping 4 million crowd estimate that watched the Sinulog on the streets around Cebu City. The city of Karkar in Cebu was declared champions in the ritual showdown competition for the Sinulog-based category, or the ones with the 2-step backward or 2 steps forward and 1 step backward dance of the Sinulog. They are also declared the winners in the street dancing competition. In the free interpretation category, Baez City in Negros Oriental was declared champion in the ritual showdown. Because of the huge crowd, there is somehow a security breakdown on streets, with at least 3 contingents backing out after performing in the Cebu City Sports Center. These include the Banawan of Guadalupe, Barrio Basak Pardo, and Barangay Calunasan. You know that after performing at the Sports Center, they have to perform at the streets again because the Sinulog Parade is like a carousel where you start and end at the same area around the route. The Sinulog lasted for more than 15 hours of parade. And of course, the troublesome area of Baseline in Mango Avenue has returned with a huge crowd blocking the streets of Juana Osmeña. People with pains and drunken behavior were observed. And since it is Sinulog, the best way yesterday is to walk. Experience Sinulog, the best way is to walking, and people in Cebu City walked several kilometers because there are not any jeepneys because of the traffic and closed roads. Overall, many have said that the Sinulog is back to its being the festival of festivals because of the venue is now at the center of the city and not at the SRP, and that is why there's a huge crowd for yesterday's event. Lord?
Nako, nanalo pala Karkar, dapat magpachicharon sila at magpalitsyon. Alright, Dale, maraming salamat. At again, sa mga hindi nag-invite sa akin dyan sa Cebu, thank you, Pete Senior.
Next year.
Alright, yan po ang ating Cebu desk ng One News, si Dale Israel, who also happens to be the editor-in-chief of the newspaper, The Freeman.
Now, many were also moved by the festivities of the Señor Santo Niño Festival in Tondo, Manila. News 5 correspondent Gary De Leon reports.
Maingay pero masaya. Ganyan ang selebrasyon sa pista ng Santo Niño de Tondo sa Maynila kahapon. Marami ang hindi napigilang makisayaw. Ang lalaking ito may pintura pa sa mukha habang umiindak. Karamihan sa mga deboto may bitbit na replika ng Santo Niño. Hindi rin nawala ang mga sanggol na binabasbasan. Gaya ni Margie na ilang dekada ng deboto ng Santo Niño. Bitbit pa ang apo habang isinasayaw.
Panata namin kasi dati yung anak ko sundalo, dito ko lang hiningi, ngayon sundalo na siya.
Ang mga mag-asawang sina Mau at Mark na taon-taong nagsisimba sa Santo Niño Parish, ngayon kasama na ang kanilang unika iya na si Queen. Hiling nila.
Para maging healthy siya.
Lumaki siyang mabait na bata.
Hindi maubos-ubos ang mga deboto na dumalo sa oras-oras na misa sa Tondo Church. Ang ilang deboto may iniindang sakit.
Dagdal po na sana humaba-haba pa ng konti.
Paulit-ulit naman ang paalala sa mga deboto dahil sa siksikan ang paligid ng simbahan.
Paalala lang po, yung cellphone ninyo, wallet, bag, lagay sa harap, andyan ang kawatan, hindi deboto yan.
Ang Santo Niño de Tondo ang ikalawang pinakalumang imahen ng Santo Niño sa buong bansa. Sumunod ito sa Santo Niño de Cebu at ikatlo naman ang Santo Niño de Arevalo sa Iloilo City.
All right, we started with Donald Trump's fast food favorites. We end with fast food. Ito na po ulit ang I Saw the Science. Anong edisyon natin ngayon, Tita Denise?
The fast food memes.
Sige
Yan ang
nga.
handa natin today.
Anong fast food memes?
Tingnan
Sige nga.
natin, silipin natin.
Ito, Burger King Kids Area. Why eat with a clown while you can dine with a king? Aba, paparinig yan
Oo nga.
Mm-mm.
Tsaka hindi lahat may gusto ng clown ng bata, no?
Kung local version yan,
Ano?
why
With a bee.
Why eat with the bee, or eat with the king, or why eat with a spooky clown when you can be stung by a cute bee?
Okay tayo.
Let it be.
Let it be. At ang mga next natin, galing kay Muggsy Alcantara.
Thank you again, Muggsy. Ano to?
Ito, kain po, ulam ko po ay Macbeth.
In fairness.
Why not? Uy, masarap naman yung ano.
Parang bagay yan. Tapon mo lang yung fries.
Oo nga. Hilig pa naman ako sa squash. Ayan.
Alam mo,
Oh.
ang sarap. Huwag mo i-underestimate yung pakbet na masarap ang pagkakaluto. Parang gusto ko ng pakbet mamaya.
Macbeth, naku, parang nabigyan mo ng idea si Lord. Okay, next. Susunod ay... Ito na. Ito na yung sinasabi mo
Si
kanina.
Bubuyog.
Bubuyog at yung
Wait,
clown.
nakigets mo ba? Isa kang taksil.
Parang nakatingin sa kanya.
Oo. Yung si clown ay kumakain sa...
Pero ang baon ng clown ay ano rin, ang
Ano?
kanyang sariling fast food.
O, di ba?
Tignan mo yung lalagyan ng fries.
Naghahanap ng away yan. Next.
Meron pa ba?
Meron pa. McDalibee. Fried chicken, sizzling. Parang wala naman yata mga ganyan sa ano.
Ayan
Okay.
Silog,
McDalibee.
lutong ulam.
Kung sino man ang may-ari niya na payong kapatid, malamang yung Jollibee hindi ka idedemanda, pero yung McDo, idedemanda yan.
Kasi may McDo pa din sa ano eh.
Ay, nako.
McJollibee.
Hindi mabiro ang McDo pagdating sa mga ganyan. Mayroon nga isang chain ng mga kainan sa South. Ang pangalan, ay North pala, Big Mac, M-A-K. Dinemanda nila. Grabe kayo. Wala naman siguro mag-aakala na ito yung
kasi
double patty, di ba?
Naka-patent na siguro yung pangalan ng mga yun, di ba?
Ito, seryoso partner. Sa Benguet, may kainan ng pangalan niya, McDoggy. Seryoso. Tanong mo sila Atom Araulio.
Ano ako sinabi?
At buong team ng 5 and up. Kumain sila doon, gutom na gutom sila, inubos sila, nalaman nila pagkatapos kung ano yung mga nakain nila.
Iba rin. Okay, kung meron po kayong mga nakitang signs, please send them to us at afternoondelightON@gmail.com.
Alright, wala na tayong oras kumustahin ang mga viewers natin, gaya ng nagbe-birthday ngayon na si Lulot, na ibibili ng asawa niya ng bagong-bagong laptop.
Alas. Laptop na bago pa laptop. Dadagdag pa.
Dumagdag ba?
Oh, kasi kanina, hikaw, necklace,
Sasakyan?
relos, bracelet, tennis bracelet.
Alam mo may tawag dyan.
Ano?
Tunay na pag-ibig.
Ayan. Patunayan mo.
Oo. Say it with diamonds and laptops.
Naku.
And the new car.
Baka never na mag-comment. Okay. Okay, that will have to do it for us this Monday, January 20. Thank you again for watching Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Denise Tan.
Join us again tomorrow, 2 p.m. 8.5 ang size ng sapatos ko. Sa sinong gusto magregalo, ako po si Lourdes Vera. My favorite color is black with red. Have a delightful afternoon.
Noted.
Maga.